This is Irish Folklore Heritage, and you are listening to Stan J. O'Reilly. Wicklow Gaol and the Supernatural. Wicklow Gaol escapes. 1781, on May the 9th, prisoners set fire to the straw in their cells and hoped to effect an escape in all the smoke and general confusion. In the end, they all suffered from smoke inhalation and bruising as the jailers contained the fire and the 9 prisoners involved. In 1788, Walter Reed escaped from Wicklow Gaol. By the month of July, he was hanged and gibbeted at Treecastle, County Wicklow, for the murder of Dr. Vincent Pandilon. His accomplice, Hugh Reed, who was no relation, was hanged and gibbeted on Blackamoor Hill. 2 boys who had erred in their ways by robbing an orchard were taken to the gibbet, warned as to the future consequences of such a lifestyle, and tied directly under the hanging man in the gibbet. To gibbet a corpse is to suspend it in chains in a metal enclosure, in a prominent position on a prominent site where people are walking in and out of town, so that they can learn the lessons, don't get involved in crime, or else those bodies were left to decompose. That was a warning to miscreants who might be planning crimes in the area too. In 1798, Austin O'Toole, a native of Monaseed, County Wexford, described as a large, strong and courageous man who was popular with his comrades. He remained as a rebel at large until the end of the rebellion and was hunted down as a marked man, captured and lodged in Wicklow Gaol. A stream runs under the jail, and in the 1940s, part of this stream ran down a gully by Wicklow Courthouse. The stream provided fresh water to the jail by the lifting of a flagstone inside the jail on the bottom floor, close to the cells. O'Toole at one stage had taken a drink from the stream, and he noticed the gully along which it ran. An escape plan formed in his mind, but being shackled, there was little he could do. With money paid by relatives to jailer Carr as a bribe, however, the chains were removed. With the aid of a female worker in the jail, he managed to get out of his cell one night. Lifting the flagstone, he dropped into the gully and crawled along. And then suddenly he found himself able to drop into the sewer system. It is recorded in the Clondalkin manuscripts written by the monk Luke Cullen that he found his way blocked. And he found his way blocked by a skeleton and decomposing corpse. Pressing on close to the rotting flesh, he continued his escape bid. He found, however, yet another corpse blocking his way. These remains were in an even worse condition. The stench was almost unbearable as he squeezed by. Shifting the remains at one point to make good his escape. Now it was a relieved O'Toole who soon found himself under an open sky and breathing fresh air. But he knew he couldn't flee homewards, and stole a horse from a field on the outskirts of Wicklow town and rode out of the county towards the north of Ireland. He returned only as a corpse to be interred in his laid of Monaseed graveyard in 1834. But what of the supernatural in Wicklow Gaol? Wicklow Gaol closed down in 1924, having been used during the Civil War to imprison anti-treaty men. The building fell into disuse and disrepair in the following decades. An older resident of Wicklow town related the following to me. When I was a young lad, I went with a friend of mine down to the old jail, and we were going in after pigeons. When we got inside, something happened to us, and we had no idea what it was afterwards. Both of us somehow fell asleep or into a trance inside, and we both woke up outside the building the next morning. We have no idea how we got out of there or what happened to us. In more recent years, the jail is featured in the national and international newspapers as unusual events took place. The footsteps of a child in wet varnish on the ship, the pike heads which were found in the wall of the backyard, and the appearance of a hooded figure on the stairs have all garnished headlines in the press. And the phantom activities inside the jail can be viewed on television programs and on YouTube. Yet another tale, Wicklow Gaol, from the supernatural and the paranormal, involves a female spirit or visitor walked into the cell to view the room. She barely entered the room when she detected what she called a hostile atmosphere. The air around her grew cold. She was unwelcome there. A voice sparked a command in her ear. Get out. She immediately did so, as she was instructed, because there was no one in the cell with her at the time, and the voice had just come out of thin air. Another story is titled The Phantom, and this was told to me by an ex-worker in the jail. And this is what she had to say. I was working in the jail years ago, and it was during the time that Joan Kavanagh was the manager in 1999. I was inside with the caretaker at the time. We both noticed someone walking by parallel to the main door. The figure we could make out carried a candle. We were not frightened, but when we saw the light first, we wondered where it was coming from. It was certainly not anything to do with our imaginations. This is Irish Folklore Heritage. I'm Stan J. O'Reilly. If you like what you have heard, please press like and subscribe.